What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, right? I made a community post yesterday basically stating that I've been having a lot of fun on retail. I've been playing the War Within pre-patch quite a bit. I want to go on record here and say that I am a true classic Andy. I have not played retail, I think, since Legion. It really just wasn't my cup of tea. I really never enjoyed it. I tried to play every expansion, but I lasted maybe 2 weeks and was like, I'm good, and I went back to classic. However, playing around in the War Within pre-patch has been pretty fun, and I'm not going to lie about that. Like I said, I'm still a classic Andy at heart, but I'm really enjoying what they're doing with the game. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think what happened is we kind of put ourselves in a box as classic Andys, and we constantly want these things in classic, right? We want new content. We want these classes to be balanced, even though classic is not supposed to be balanced. When the classes aren't balanced, we want them to be balanced, right? We're always crying on the forums. We're looking at Warcraft logs saying this class is really underperforming. We need it to do better. The thing is here that I'm starting to notice is that all of these changes are really, they're in retail, right? Every class feels good to play. Sure, you have your meta. Sure, you have, a little bit of unbalancing, but you can pretty much play any class you want. And that's what I've really been enjoying about it, is that the classes just feel good. I've messed around with Hunter so far, and now I'm playing Warrior, which is what I'm going to be maining going forward in the War Within. Now, again, back to the post. I posted last night basically asking you guys, hey, would it be cool, would you guys enjoy it if I added retail content to the channel, right? I'm not taking away classic content. This will always be a classic WoW channel. But I want to add some retail content in there just because I do think I'm going to be playing it for a little while right now. We're kind of in a drought, right? We're just raid logging Molten Core on Season of Discovery. There's no real concrete news for Classic Plus coming in the future as of right now. And Hardcore, as of right now, is not popping off that much. When it does, we will be playing it. We will be making content. But I'm going to be posting some retail content going forward. Now, I don't want to lose any of my audience. That's why I made that post. But the responses that I got were just overwhelming. Basically, overwhelmingly positive. Sorry. People were just saying, yeah, do it. You got to do it to succeed, which I do want to be transparent with you guys. The classic views on YouTube are down for the most part, but that didn't stop me before. When Phase 3 was happening, I didn't start posting Kata content. And that's because I really wasn't enjoying Kata, but I actually am enjoying retail quite a bit right now. It really feels fun. I play Fury Warrior. Last night I tanked 4 Raid Finder raids as Prot just to test it out, and I really was enjoying that as well. So I'm kind of excited to go on this retail journey. It's like a whole new game for me. So I will be posting some content on retail in the near future as I play and learn and do some things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, that's awesome. If not, I hope you do stick around and don't unsub, because I will still be covering everything classic moving forward as well. Now, with that being said, this video is basically for any classic Andys out there. Like myself, I wanted to make a video saying basically how retail feels to a classic Andy going in right now, right? I've come back and I've tried BFA, Shadowlands, never liked it. I really couldn't get into it, but for some reason, the War Within pre-patch really sucked me in. And the reason for that, I think, is that it's starting to feel like Warcraft again. I'm not sure how the direction has changed so drastically. Like I said, I really haven't followed retail throughout the years, but I love the warband situation with your 4 characters as your warband, sharing gold, sharing resources, and all of that. It's just absolutely awesome. There's an easy way to level up right now for anyone that wants to get into it. There's an event, but I think it does go away on Tuesday with the global launch, the non-early access launch. I think that will be going away. I mean, you can go from 10 to 70, which is the cap level right now in pre-patch, within just a couple of hours doing the event, basically flying around. You go to Duskwallow Marsh, you go to Burning Steps, you go to Dragonblight, all these places, and you do these little world events, kill old bosses, and just get tons and tons of experience. But like I said, that is going away. But the thing is, even when that goes away, if you do want to jump in and give retail or modern WoW a chance, you definitely can. You can level super fast. And if you decide to level the old school way, use my Rested XP link in the description below if you're looking for a leveling guide. It helps support the channel. I do earn a commission based on every time you guys do purchase a guide. But I just want to basically say that as a classic Andy, this is the first time in years that I really truly am enjoying retail. I love the content. It's all new to me. They got rid of a lot of the bloat, like when you log into your characters, like that let's say you have characters from like the original Burning Crusade or the original Cataclysm, Mop, Legion, whatever it is. There's like a gear update button where you can just update your character's gear to like a standard level of gear right now in the pre-patch and be able to do dungeons and all that. It'll get rid of all your old quests. It'll get rid of all your junk and old items. The currency tab on retail, as we know, like retail kind of blew up with currency. There was so much currency bloat. They kind of, compartmentalized that a little bit so that you know what's relevant and what's not. It just seems like they simplified a lot of the things that were super bloated to me, which was a massive turnoff for retail. And let's talk about another massive thing between retail and classic is the graphics, right? I've always been such a classic Andy. I love those classic graphics. Nothing will ever grab you like that, in my opinion, right? That grabs your attention, it sucks you, and it immerses you. As soon as you hear those, the music and the sound effects and see those visuals, it really gets you. And in retail, I've kind of been enjoying just seeing something different, right? I think Season of Discovery has opened my eyes and maybe a lot of other people's eyes to the idea of change, right? We always have Classic, we have Classic Era, we have Classic Hardcore, and we most likely have a Classic Plus coming in the future, right? So what's wrong with a little bit of change? Why not enjoy another version of the game that has so much content to offer, some nice updated graphics? Yeah, it looks a little bit Disney-ish in my opinion, but they're not bad. It's beautiful. The visuals are beautiful. If you have a computer that can handle, cranking up the particle effects and all the spell effects and all that, it really does look fantastic. It looks a bit chaotic, right? It may look daunting to a true classic Andy, but what I've learned is that it's really not much different. I did Mythics a little bit in the middle of like Dragonflight, and that was fun. It definitely was challenging, but a lot of fun to compete in that way and see how fast you can clear these things and keep getting your key higher and higher and higher. But back to the visuals. The visuals are just flashy. That's all it is. It looks a little chaotic and crazy to a classic player, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Move out of this, don't stand in this, stack for this. It just looks crazier because the graphics are more advanced. There's more particles, there's more spell effects going on. It's a little bit faster paced, right? But I'm going to go on record here and say that one of my buddies has shown me an add-on that allows you to basically play all of retail, at least DPS wise, with one button to help you kind of get into it. Does your entire rotation. I'll make an entirely separate video on that. But that really changed it for me as well. I mean, I'm not using that when I'm tanking, but I was using it as Fury because your rotation's definitely a little bit different than Classic. You have to hit a lot of buttons. It's a lot of timing. It's a lot of proc-based stuff. But it's fun, man. It feels engaging. It feels good. To hit your buttons. I don't know. It just feels really good. I haven't tested out PvP yet. I will probably be doing that once we hit cap level in the War Within, which for me comes out tomorrow. We'll be playing it on stream live. So if you want to watch, definitely head over to my Twitch and follow on there. But as a classic Andy, coming over to retail really for the first time in years, it feels good. It feels like a breath of fresh air. It feels nice. There's new stuff to do. There's new content. It's all new, right? If you're someone who's only ever played Classic, this is basically a new game, right? You could argue that it doesn't feel like World of Warcraft, but it does, man. It does. It feels really good. The classes all feel good. The specs feel good. And you know what? Even if you're playing an F-tier class like Beast Mastery Hunter, I've been in some raids here where Beast Mastery Hunters are topping the charts, right? We don't have hero talents yet. I know that's a big part of it, but the best part about this is it's like Season of Discovery in a sense where like the class balancing is going to constantly be changing on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, whatever it is. So whatever class you enjoy, whatever you're having fun with, go ahead and play it because there's a chance that probably sometime in the near future, if it is F tier right now, it'll probably be A or S tier in like a week or two. It's a live version of the game. As classic players, we're not used to that, right? But again, like I said, Season of Discovery kind of has bridged that gap. It's bridged that gap and opened our eyes to a little bit of change, right? We loved Classic because the simple, slow play style of Classic, but look at Season of Discovery. It's not like that anymore, right? Every class has a ton of abilities. There's so much going on. The PvP is completely different from Classic era PvP, and people are still enjoying it, right? So why not bridge that gap even further and try something completely new? We always want new content in Classic. We want class changes in Classic. We want all these things. They're here. They're in retail. So I would urge anyone who's been on the fence about it, and, you know, a true classic Andy like myself, been playing the game for since beta. I think it was like 2003. You can't get more classic than me. I love the game. It's been a massive part of my life, and I will always love classic, but I really am enjoying retail currently. So I do urge anyone who's on the fence about it and maybe feeling like, you know, they're a little bit bored with classic right now, check it out. Just check it out. You don't even have to get the expansion yet. Just hop on a character and level to 70, which is the Dragonflight cap level, and see if you enjoy it. And like I said, use my Rested XP guide down below if that's how you're going to level, because it really does help support the channel. And I have a feeling that a lot of people kind of shut it out before they even give it a chance, myself included. That's what I've done for the past few years. There's like this war between classic players and retail players, and I don't understand why it needs to be like that, right? It's all World of Warcraft. We should want every version of this game to succeed. If it's your favorite game like it is for me, and it's been such a massive part of your life, why would you want any version of the game to fail? I don't want any version of the game to fail, but I am guilty of completely trash talking retail and retail players probably for the last like 10 years. And I'm going to honestly say in this video that, you know, maybe I was right at the time with BFA and Shadowlands. I really didn't enjoy them, but there's something about the War Within that's just, it's sucking me in, man. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait till tomorrow comes and we can level up and have a good time. So yeah, I just want to make this video and let you guys know that. So retail content is coming down the line here on the channel, and we're not going to stop making classic content. That is our bread and butter. We are a classic World of Warcraft channel. Of course, we will be the go-to Classic Plus channel when we start getting information on that. It's just in Season of Discovery right now. There's really not much to make content on it. You know, I'm not going to kind of pull content out of thin air. I've never been like a gold-making content creator. I'm not going to make those guides for you. I suck at making gold. I just really love like deep diving into a class, learning how to play that class, and like learning new raids and stuff like that. So for right now, there's not much for me to do on Season of Discovery in terms of content. Still enjoying it, still raid logging on Crusader Strike, having a great time with that. But seriously, man, I really urge any of you guys out there, give it a shot if you're on the fence. They're really, you know, and go into it with an open mind is something I really want to say. Go into it with an open mind. Don't go into it saying like, oh, it's retail, wow. Like that's what I've been doing for years. And this kind of opened my eyes, and I think Season of Discovery really helped me be open to change and open to accepting like a new way to play World of Warcraft. And I gotta say, I'm having the most fun that I've had in quite a while. So yeah, sorry about this rant, but yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you listening to my rant here. And yeah, if you want to hang out with me on Twitch, I stream Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time at twitch.tv/hammerdance. We're going to be live tomorrow leveling in the new expansion. War Within drops for us early access tomorrow, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're a classic Andy, you love WoW Classic, and if you want some retail content coming down the line in the near future. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.